Bureau 121. Fade in. Interior upscale hotel, day. A pixelated square comes into focus until it becomes an elaborate square chandelier hanging high from the ceiling of an upscale modern hotel lobby in the city of Vancouver. A black vehicle pulls up to the hotel's entrance. A man exits a livery cab. He refuses the services of the bellhop. He carries 2 pieces of luggage, one a high-end rolling hard case, the other an old, cumbersome Samsonite. He walks diagonally towards the concierge desk. From top to bottom, he's dressed in new shoes, a well-fitted navy suit, and fresh haircut. A full reveal shows the handsome and very fit Jin, late 20s, North Korean. He carries himself with discreet confidence and a suppressed urgency. Interior, concierge desk, continuous. Jin tries to hide his wide smile as he approaches concierge Min-Seo. Min-Seo, mid-20s, a stunning and confident Korean Canadian, can't hide her excitement, but she does. They both have a moment of mutual adoration. The staff know to leave them alone.
You're back.
A quick trip this time, but yes, I'm back.
He notices her left hand. She grabs her ring finger, shakes her head, and shows Jin it's bare.
Not the right fit after all.
I'm sorry.
It's obvious neither is sorry.
I'm only sorry I spent so much on bridal magazines.
Interior, hotel elevator, continuous. Jin and Min-Seo stand with the luggage between them. A family enters the elevator. A small baby is held over his mother's arms. He studies them both. He smiles. Jin and Min-Seo share a mutual smile. The mother engages Min-Seo in Korean. Min-Seo nods and exits the family's floor, but not before she turns to smile again at Jin as the elevator doors close. Interior, hotel room, continuous. Jin enters his room. He locks the door. He grabs a towel from the bathroom, rolls it up, and pushes it up against the door base. He immediately gets down to business. He opens up his suitcase and takes out elaborate computer equipment, scanners, routers. He sets it up like a pro. The room is bright. Jin tries to close the curtains, but the room's electronic keypad won't listen to his commands. He gives up. He opens the side door of his room to the neighboring hotel room. A man, North Korean hacker 1, 20s, sits at his room's hotel desk in front of his computer. He's unfazed by Jin's presence. Hacker 1 gets up from his chair and opens the other neighboring hotel room's side door to Hacker 2's room. Hacker 2 sits at his desk, same computer setup. He stands and opens the next neighboring door to Hacker 3. All 4 sit back down in their chairs, faces illuminated in blue from their screens. Cut to interior hotel pool, night. The pool glows blue. Jin finishes a rigorous lap of the front crawl, leans against the pool's edge, and catches his breath. He looks up. On the walls are stock portraits of happy white couples in modern hotel surroundings and families enjoying hotel amenities. He returns to the water for another rigorous lap. Begin flashback. Interior North Korean apartment, day. A young boy, Jin, 10, comes up for air from his bathtub water and giggles. The door of the small bathroom is open. The door of the apartment is open. His mother holds his younger sister as she cries. A soldier stands at the front door and points to young Jin.
Dry up! Hurry! Hurry!
Cut to interior computer room, day. A stark windowless room is chock full of young boys aged 12. Portraits of Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and the North Korean flag adorn the wall. The children stare at computer screens, faces blue from the illumination. A general stands behind and barks instructions. He stops behind Jin. Jin remains focused, but is tired. End flashback. Interior hotel room, day. Jin sits in front of his computer, focused but tired. His counterpart, Hacker 1, comes behind him and offers up an energy drink. Jin takes it without removing his eyes from the screen. Interior hotel room, day, later. Light tries to stream through the cracks between the blackout curtains in Jin's room. Several empty energy drinks stand empty beside a glowing computer with continuous streams of numbers down the screen. Jin lies unstirred in a deep sleep, sideways on his bed. On a bench sits open his old suitcase. A small photograph of a family pokes out from the flap. Photograph. Jin's stern-looking mother and father stare ahead. Jin tries a smile as he holds his little sister's hand. A knock on the door. Interior apartment, North Korea, day, flashback. The apartment door to Jin's home opens. A young teenage Jin, 17, dressed in military gear, stands in the apartment's hallway as his mother stands facing him. His father sits at the kitchen table with a worried face, his mother the same expression. His sister, now 10, runs and jumps into his arms. Interior, hotel room, present day. It's mid-afternoon. The sound of a note as it slides under the door. Jin's still in bed. He stirs. He sees the note beside the ajar towel under the door. Exterior, Noodle House Cafe, day. It's pouring rain. The darkness outside only makes the brightness inside the cafe all the more inviting. Korean wording covers the cafe's window. Jin sees Min-Seo through the Korean words as she sits on the bar and eats her soup. Min-Seo sees Jin and waves furiously for him to come in. Interior, Noodle House Cafe, continuous. The restaurant is very crowded, elbow to elbow. Min-Seo lifts her purse from the bar stool next to her and acknowledges the businessman standing beside her waiting for the seat. She speaks in Korean.
See?
The man brushes her off, annoyed, and moves on. Jin sits. They're quiet for too long. She slurps her soup. Jin realizes he should order, and Min-Seo points to the lineup. Jin leaves, and she places her purse back down on the chair. She stares down the businessman again, speaks in Korean.
Of course he's coming back.
Interior, Noodle House Cafe, continuous. The restaurant's died down from the lunch rush. 2 empty soup bowls sit in front of Jin and Min-Seo. A server takes their dishes, and now there's nothing left for them to stare at. Min-Seo picks up her phone from the bar top and unlocks it. She has trouble with her thumbprint, and then her code. She shows him a photograph of her parents and her brother. Jin approves. Min-Seo positions herself beside him for a selfie. Jin immediately resists and declines. The moment is uncomfortable for both of them. Jin's shy, but knows how to make up for it.
Here, I'll take a photo of you.
Where's your phone? You can have a picture of me.
Jin hesitates. Min-Seo lifts her engagement hand. She indicates no more ring. She grabs his hand, holds his engagement finger for a moment, inspects it. They laugh.
I think it's okay you have a picture of me.
I do already.
Jin points to his temple. He really means it. She knows he means it. Jin notices the businessman stare at him. Exterior, hotel lobby entrance, day, continuous. Min-Seo and Jin share a large hotel umbrella as they briskly walk towards the hotel's entrance. Close up, Min-Seo puts her hand on Jin's elbow and squeezes in closer. He misses the cue, steps away, takes the umbrella down and shakes it. Min-Seo adjusts her hair and checks the time on her phone. He takes her in and starts to lean in. Min-Seo's distracted by a text. Her face glows blue from the screen of her smartphone. Jin waits. He notes 2 valet men talking to each other as they look over. Jin is worried.
Jin, I have to get back to work. You don't want me to get in trouble, do you?
Yes, of course. Okay.
Jin gets down to business and starts to lead her by the elbow.
Wait, Jin, that wasn't an order.
Jin adjusts himself and comes back to the moment.
I'm sorry. I don't want you to be late.
I don't mind. This is really our first... I like to break the rules sometimes.
Min-Seo stares down the gossiping valets. They avert their eyes and go back to being busy. Jin is impressed.
Are you
What?
ever going to break the rules too?
A valet driver opens the door to a large black Escalade. It catches Jin's eye. Out from the passenger side comes a man dressed in full North Korean general garb, an intimidating figure. He turns and looks directly at Jin and pulls out from his jacket pocket a revolver and points it at Jin. Jin blinks and adjusts his focus until it's a businessman in a 3-piece suit and raincoat digging in his pocket for change. He tips the valet.
Talk much?
Jin looks down at Min-Seo. Wisps of her hair surround her cheek, just asking to be wiped away. Jin resists.
My work. It's...
A mystery. Each time you come, I imagine you're a spy.
Min-Seo laughs at the absurdity. Jin, not so much. Her phone starts to blow up with texts. Ding, ding, ding. She looks down and can't help herself. Her face again glows blue from the screen. Min-Seo quickly replies to a text and loses focus. The moment is lost for Jin. It's awkward and long. Jin stands there like he is alone. Hacker 2 and Hacker 3 walk by with purpose to their step. They all ignore each other. Jin takes 2 steps back from Min-Seo. He watches her until she looks up from her phone and comes back to him.
My shift ends at 11 tonight.
Okay.
Okay, Opa? Maybe a real first date?
Jin's eyes follow Hacker 2 and Hacker 3 as they enter the elevator. Just before the doors close, Hacker 2 looks directly at Jin.
Jin, am I too...
You aren't pushy.
Min-Seo is stung by the word pushy. Her phone lights up again. She automatically looks, but not before noticing Jin recoil.
Modern day women, right?
He knows she's right. It's chilly out. He can see his breath. Interior hotel room, night. Jin is at his computer. All the hotel room doors are open. Hackers 1, 2, 3 are at their computer screens, vigilantly focused. Jin leans back in his chair and sees the hackers zoned in on their tasks. He shakes himself back into the moment and looks at the time on the top of his screen. Computer, 11:11 p.m. 2 photographs sit on the desktop. A new one is layered over the family photo. It's Jin's sister. She's in her teens, awkward in a too small pink puffy jacket, hoodie on with white fur trim. She stands in front of a fake background of blue sky and a rainbow. Her mouth is smiling. Her eyes aren't. Jin keeps working. Time speeds up as the hackers continue to work at their computers. More energy drinks are passed out. Begin flashback. Interior apartment, North Korea, continuous. Outside, speakers are heard booming out exercise instructions. The window shines in a filtered light from the stark winter outside.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathing exercises.
The family sits around the table as the tea is passed. Jin's posture is severely upright, and he sits across from his father. His father is the first to speak.
A stipend?
A man, 50s, in a military suit and high-ranking pins, stands behind Jin. He talks
Generous.
for him.
Generous. You can move out of the village and further into Pyongyang. Very clean.
And Jin?
Your son is gifted. He'll do service for us internationally. Handpicked by the general himself. He will take care of Jin, and his family, of course.
How much?
Enough to keep you fat for a lifetime.
Jin's father smiles wide as his mother's brow furrows. Jin's little sister, 9, pours more tea for him. She smiles up to Jin, wisps of her hair caught in her mouth. Jin goes to brush it away. End flashback. Interior hotel room, day. Jin wakes to his hand motion as it brushes the air. Interior hotel lobby, later. Jin exits the elevator like he's stolen the linen. He rolls his suitcase and firmly holds his old Samsonite under his arm. A bellhop tries to help, he brushes him off. He walks past the concierge desk. Jin immediately registers an unfamiliar woman stands at the desk. Karen, 30s, a pale redhead. She smiles at him.
What can I help you with today?
Jin drops his head and keeps walking out the lobby doors. Interior, Jin's hotel room, later. The curtains are open wide. A bright blue sky is outside. Sun streams onto a housekeeper as she vacuums the carpet. The television is on in the living room and bathroom. It echoes.
Damaging the entire infrastructure of its central bank and crippling the markets this Monday morning. It's presumed to be a hit similar to the Sony Pictures cyber attack, although it's too early to tell, taking mass emails and confidential documents and dumping them into the public domain. The signature is not the Dark Soul Gang, but instead 1111 Operations, possibly associated with the attack, is a slowdown to complete disruption of texting services throughout the city of Vancouver and Toronto, although not certain if the attacks are co-related at this time.
The housekeeper turns off the vacuum and starts to dust the furniture. The television, side tables, and finally the desktop, where Jin's computer remains. The housekeeper tut-tuts at the left-behind equipment. She closes the computer and places it on her cart. She grabs her radio and calls it in.
Somebody left their laptop behind.
Interior, hotel lobby, continuous. Bird's eye view of the hotel lobby through the chandelier. Karen puts down the phone on the desk and turns toward a valet. It's business as usual at the hotel. Fade to black. End.